Biotech or life sciences refers to the scientific nexus of technology and biology. Companies in this sector are often involved in medical breakthroughs, solving environmental issues, developing reliable food sources, streamlining industrial manufacturing processes and creating new energy sources. In Mauritius, the biotech industry may still be in development compared to other countries, but the investments made during the last decade proves that this sector is poised for new growth. This sector has tremendous opportunities in pharmaceuticals, medical devices, clinical research, agricultural biotechnology, and marine biotechnology. The life sciences cluster is seen as an emerging opportunity for many investors with strong potential for job growth in the country. There are over 25 companies already operating in the country, employing over 1,000 professionals. Important international players are already in operation locally, as the country has established the appropriate legal and regulatory frameworks based on international norms for the development of a strong biomedical research sector. Bertrand Baudot, we are talking about the major players in the life sciences and biotech hub of Mauritius, and definitely Quantilab is one of them. So tell us about the vision and how it all started in Mauritius.
Okay. In fact, it started, if you look at our roots, we started long ago, in the mid-80s, when a small forensic lab was created in Port Louis. We have grown constantly since then, and 3 years ago, a new venture started for us when Quantilab was created and then moved to the biopark here in Phoenix. If you look at the history of this place, Sokota, as everybody knows in Mauritius, was a factory based in Phoenix, and the transformation of this factory to the biopark has been a tremendous achievement. I still remember the first time I met with the management of Sokota to present the Quantilab project and to tell them that there was a future here in Phoenix. They looked at me a little bit surprised with the project, and I think right at the beginning, not many people believed in the future success of this activity. If you look at our portfolio of clients, we are present in 21 countries. We are really very successful internationally. What we do here, we analyze food samples for pathogens, and we analyze water samples, many wastewater samples, borehole water, potable water for these pathogens, and our services will contribute to companies which are in the food production sector, who produce their food locally, but also who export, to ensure that the quality of their production meet local or European standards. If you look at the seafood sector, for example, we work with some of the players, local players, but not only local players. We have clients internationally, and we highly contribute to the quality of the products that are exported to Europe, Japan, China, and other countries.
Sibyl, CIDP is one of the major labs in Mauritius. So how did it all start, and what are actually the vision behind this company?
Okay, CIDP has been implemented first in 2004. It was at the beginning a center for clinical trial to do the evaluation of the safety and efficacy of cosmetic and pharmaceutical products. Then other laboratories has been developed, such as an extraction laboratory, a laboratory to do in vitro and ex vivo testing, and now a laboratory here where we do cosmetic formulation. The vision now is to work on the plant, to conduct all the study from the collect of the plant to the creation of a finished product and the test of these finished products.
So BioLabX is the latest laboratory which has been opened here in the Sokota Biopark.
Yeah, BioLabX has opened last year only, and the cosmetic laboratory has been developed since 3 months only, with the coming of a team specialized in cosmetic.
And when talking about especially what you do over here, so from plants till the final product, so tell us about it a bit.
Yeah, so we select plants that are used in traditional medicine, so that present activity, pharmaceutical or cosmetic for the skin. And we collect these plants, then we do an extraction in our laboratories. We can do maceration, distillation, such work in this laboratory. It is formulated here in cosmetic products in order to have a finished product such as a cream, a lotion, a shampoo, or other products. We have worked on the lemon of Rodrigue a few years ago, and we have developed extract of this agrume. And now we have formulated here in few products. This is in development, for example, in shower gel or in other in cream.
In a 2014 report, Transparency Market Research forecasted that the global market for the biotechnology sector would grow at an annual average rate of 11.6% to reach $414.5 billion by the end of 2017. Mauritius possesses all the key ingredients to capitalize on this growth potential. We talked to the managing director of Liba, a 100% Mauritian company which provides solutions to the local and regional food industry, amongst others. Noël Gourège, tell us a bit about Liba, how it all started in Mauritius.
Yeah. Liba is a laboratory that has been a spin-off from a company in the Ciel Group, and so the laboratory activities has been existing for about nearly 20 years now, but it has been incorporated as an independent laboratory as from 2013. And it moved to Eben, and we started to provide our services to a large and diversified sectors in the economy. So our main activities for now is providing testing services for food safety and environmental safety, and we do some testing for animal health, cosmetic and pharmaceuticals mainly. And any substance or product that could be contaminated or polluted could be analyzed. We employ 20 people, and mainly scientific and technical staff. And we have a lot of projects indeed, yes. We just added audit services, for example, in food safety mainly, and industrial processes. So the next step for Liba is to enter in the production of stem cells, and we are well advanced in that project, and we will employ specific people, Mauritian people here, and so everything has been already planned and is nearly completed now.
Do you think that with the adoption of the Clinical Trials Act in 2011, the horizons have been broadened now for this sector?
Yes, certainly. For example, at Liba, we are now offering some specific services, and we are able to develop some tailor-made protocol for specific projects related to clinical trials. And we have a range of customers in that field too. So this is, I think we are at the early stage of the life science sector in Mauritius, and there's a lot to do. And we hope and we are proud to be an active player in this field. And we would like to put Mauritius on the world map as a reputed place for research and innovation in life sciences.
Clinical research conducted in Mauritius can provide solutions to a broad range of genetic, infectious and lifestyle diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancer and hypertension, which are prevalent in Mauritius and countries of the region. Dr. Deepak Singh, a new stage will be crossed now by the Welkin Hospital because you are going to start clinical trials over here itself. So tell us, why was there the need for clinical trials to be done in a hospital?
Right, so Welkin Hospital is the premier hospital in the country, and we are committed to clinical excellence and continuous quality improvement. With the world-class infrastructure that we have in the hospital, we understand that we can contribute a lot towards this subject, which is clinical research, including clinical trials and academic research. Going forward, we would like to collaborate with other branches of healthcare like life sciences and clinical research, and we'll be actively promoting this so that we can have newer drugs coming for treatment of people, and this is important.
So where has the project of the clinical trials reached over here in Welkin?
We understand that for clinical trials to happen, we need to have a very, very defined policy around the subject. We need to comply with the regulatory authorities here and comply with the laws around clinical trials. We've understood all aspects of it, and now we are in the process of making a standard operating procedure, and in few weeks we'll be formalizing a hospital research committee which will be led by senior clinicians as well as some leadership of the hospital management.
The CL Group has seen the potential of this sector and is investing in a life sciences hub here in the Vallée de Ferney, a concept to stimulate interaction, innovation, networking and collaboration with the objective of facilitating jobs and investment.
So we're very excited to welcome you today at this beautiful place, the heart of Ferney. We are also very excited that we are going to create here a life science ecosystem. Our project is in line with what the government has promoted around research and development, and we are very, very excited that this project is, we're launching that project today. I think it's the perfect place here for Ferney. We have a beautiful system, a beautiful ecosystem. We have a lot of endemic plants, more than 600 endemic plants which have been referenced in our valley, some of them unique in the world. And we strongly believe that those plants can be the future for the medical sector in terms of research and development and finding cutting edge new research for medical. So our project, basically, what we are offering here is we want to create an ecosystem. So we want to offer facilities for national and international companies and startups to come and implement themselves in Ferney. We have an existing old sugar factory that is readily available, where we could install infrastructures to welcome those companies to come and implement themselves in Ferney. We also have more than 200 acres of arable land. And the beauty of our ecosystem would be that you would have a factory in the heart of a field. So you could do all your potential tests around you because you would have your factory, your plant, in the middle of a field.
Okay, so you're going to create an ecosystem for research and development. So has the research been done if it's going to work here?
Yes, you know, for those kind of projects, you first have to believe. And it's important. The government has been promoting research and development. The tax incentives are there. The willpower is there. And now I think it's for us to kickstart that project, to believe in it, to have the right actors, the right financing, and then to just push the project ahead. We don't work in a vacuum. And again, it's a very nice collaboration between the authorities and the private sector, government and the BOI as facilitators, and also putting us in contacts with their broad network, and us, the private sector, ready to take some risks and invest and believe in a project for the future of our island.
Okay, so just one question about the valley of Ferney over here, because we have so many endemic species which we have to protect also. So what is being done for the protection of these species? And also when you are talking about a hub over here, a life sciences hub, there will be buildings. And so how will these two be able to coexist?
That's a very good question. It's good to know that we have a collaboration with the Mauritius Wildlife Foundation and the Ministry of Agro-Industry and Ferney, where we manage a conservation zone. The conservation zone is about 150 acres and is delimited by a very specific boundary and by a legal document. So there's a trust that has been created, and we are not allowed to have any development around this region. As you will see here, we are going to do all our development in the ex-factory region, which is about 10 kilometers from the closest to the conservation area. So we don't expect to have any kind of impact, negative impact, positive of course, but any kind of negative impact on the existing conservation zone.
So we are here in the nursery of Valley du Ferney. We've been talking to Jean-Marc previously, and he was mentioning about the project, Life Sciences Hub project, which is going to be set up very soon. In December, it's going to have its first tenant over here. And then we have also a conservation zone. So you are the person who is responsible for it. So tell us, how is it going to happen with the conservation, and also when we're talking about buildings and all?
So this is a very important question. Actually, we do have many meetings where we meet to join all our ideas and also our development, to work in parallel, to be with that spirit of conservation. All our development is very much studied and work together with the conservation work we do here. You know, when you build things, you have concrete, and also we are very much, as you can see here, with wooden poles and all. And it's sure that we will look forward in that development, that the planting program will continue around all constructions, that all our conservation work will progress together with the development of a project here.
Because especially we have more than 600 species over here and of medicinal plants, and this is why many labs will be coming in this zone.
Sure, for sure. We do have some rare plant search in the valley itself, in the conservation area, but we are very based with our nursery, which already contain around 21 species of plants which exist here, and that was existing before. There's one thing you must understand: the valley itself will be far away from any constructions. It's in the valley, it's in the mountain. Some places are very hard to reach also by vehicle, and the development will be most on the bas plateau of the island, close to the sea, close to the oil mile. And the valley itself, nobody will touch it. With all our work, we will keep on going with the bird release again, with development of planting again.
Fabien Boulet, this is an open space right now, but it will be converted into something very special, especially for you.
Yes, indeed. So we have a project to convert this space into a new laboratory for Axonova. And basically we want to do a drug discovery lab based on some research platform to identify and validate the therapeutic potential of some indigenous plants and phytochemicals from medicinal plants of Mauritius.
And when you're talking about the medicinal plants of Mauritius, you have seen the potential of these plants we have, the endemic plants we have in Mauritius.
Yes, actually there's a lot of potential, and there's already a lot of research work that has been done in Mauritius, so either by companies or research institutes or universities. And our mission or ambition is to collaborate with those institutes to valorize the research that has been already done, to bring some product further or closer to the market, or even develop this medicinal plant into a pharmaceutical product that can help to become a health product for global use. I think Mauritius is a land full of opportunities when it comes to life sciences. First of all, I just mentioned there's a lot of opportunities regarding medicinal plants, and we have to valorize this research to try to make products out of it. But also from a fiscal perspective, the government has made a lot of efforts, and Mauritius is very attractive in terms of fiscality. For instance, life science companies don't have to pay tax for 8 years, and also all the revenues generated from intellectual property generated in Mauritius, we don't have to pay taxes on this for 8 years as well. So this is a very attractive ecosystem, I think, for startups such as Axonova to implant themselves in Mauritius.
We're talking about a laboratory, definitely you need skilled persons also. So
Definitely.
have you already started looking for people?
Yes, we have already employed some people. So I'm very lucky to have 2 employees which has already some experience in this field. So one French guy who has already expertise in preclinical research. And lately we have also recruited a young PhD graduate who just finished a PhD at the University of Mauritius. So I think we have quite complementary skills for this kind of activities. But it's true that in Mauritius it's a bit difficult to find the right competencies. So I hope that we will be able to find the right skills along the development of a company, which is critical for a small startup to really find the appropriate profile.
And when we are talking about the life sciences sector in Mauritius, do you believe that there can be growth in this sector?
Yes, absolutely. I think we are a kind of pioneer in this sector among other operators, but not a lot. And yes, certainly we believe that there is a huge potential in the growth of this sector. And the government has sent some good signals to some operators that could be interested. And we know that they are seeking avenues, for example, that would ensure higher income revenue for the population. So, and this, the life science sector has been identified as one sector that could emerge in the future as an income, interesting income revenue for the country. We have a large and constant outflow of university graduates now coming on the market, and this provides a valuable employment resources for us. So we cannot say we have problems to find some skills and competencies on the market at a certain level, up to a certain level. Then for higher skills, we should open to maybe foreign competencies sometimes and for very specific things, probably.
Bérangère, do you believe in the BioHub of Mauritius?
Yes, of course, I believe in it. We are located in one of the international hotspots in terms of biodiversity, and we now have the expertise and the infrastructure we need to provide a high-quality products and services to international clients. Here at the Biopark Mauritius, we are working on innovative molecules from unique plants coming from this unique biodiversity, and we will be able to provide our international clients in the cosmetics, pharma, nutrition and perfumes sectors.
The success of Quantilab is based on the team. And if you want to have success in the life science sector, you have to get the right people at the right place. We were 9 when we started 3 years ago. Today we are 31. This is one of our biggest achievements. If you have a university in Mauritius, when I talk to my friend Danjari, who has recently been appointed at the university, we share the same vision. We have the same vision. It's that everything is connected. We are at the end of the chain, but everything starts in primary school, secondary education, then tertiary education, and these people end up here. And if you look at the effort that the university, that the government, the university is doing, and more importantly, that the families are doing to get these graduates as competent as they are now, we are very proud here to have been able to grow in terms of performance, but also to grow in terms of HR. If you go and talk to these guys on the floor downstairs, they will not talk about their work. They will share with you their passion. And we adapt ourselves to many complicated situations. We are very good. We communicate very well. If you look at our competitors in Europe, because our competitors are mainly based in Europe, if you look in France, they talk French. If you go to the UK, they will talk English. If you talk to our guys, we talk Chinese, English, Hindi, French, and the faculty to adapt, to be near the client. Even if they are 12,000 kilometers away, we accompany them. And this is what has made our success. In French, we say, on a savoir-faire. But the most important thing, it's not the savoir-faire, it's the faire savoir. And when you look at the life science sector, if you start to develop something in the middle of a small rock in the middle of an Indian Ocean, the faire savoir is very important because you must go and look at these markets internationally. And I'm really convinced that the future of Mauritius depends on this kind of added value services. And the biopark is starting and doing very well. And I hope that the life science hub in Ferney will be also very successful, because we are not in competition on the local market. We have to work together, put our forces together, so that we conquer the world. And this is the future of Mauritius.
Business Connect special edition on the life sciences industry in the country ends here. To view this program again and also our previous editions, do log on to the MBC website and also our Facebook page. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.